Today I want to talk to you about a thing that goes on in astrology, and it's sort of how astrologers make predictions or forecasts. I like to look at astrology as weather. I can tell you, well, you might need to bring an umbrella this month because a certain planet is trying to get a message across to you. On the site, you'll see an article about Christina Aguilera and the things that have happened to her recently. One of which was flubbing the lyrics of the Star-Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl. And the other one was her stumbling a little bit on the stage at the Grammy Awards. Now, we haven't really seen her do this very much in the past, and she's a very competent and wonderful performer, and I'm not doing any of this to ridicule her. I'm doing it to show everybody that there are times in our lives when we just don't work as well as we do at other times. In Christina's case, she is working with a planet called Neptune. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet, and it's getting ready to move from the sign of Aquarius, where it's been since the late 1990s, and it's going to move into the sign of Pisces this April 2011. All of us who have any kind of Aquarius presence in our chart are going to feel Neptune as it makes this big change. And in Christina's case, it kind of goes at a very important part of her astrology map, which is the ascendant, or the part of her which gives her a little bit of a mask or a persona to work with, so that you don't always see what's going on the inside. Now, Christina's a Sagittarius, like a wild and crazy kind of girl on the inside, but on the outside, she's a little cooler, a little bit more sophisticated than the Sagittarius might like to, be, or at least let's just say that Sagittarius isn't naturally as sophisticated as an Aquarius is. So I think that Neptune's effect being a fog, or like a thing that kind of like takes away or dissolves what is there, it's sort of taken away that sophistication so we can see some of the inner parts of her that are a bit, more confused and upset than we might think about. Of course, she's going through a lot in her personal life. Her marriage is dissolving. She has a little child to think about, and that can be difficult. And I think that beyond that, she's also just kind of out of touch with who she has been and wondering where her life is going to go. Very typical for people who have Neptune influences going on in their chart. Now, how long is this going to go on? At least, until April. Everybody who has Aquarius going on is going to feel this kind of upheaval as it changes signs. So my advice to everybody who is going through Neptune right now and dealing with the change in signs is to try to focus on your purpose in life in terms of your spirituality. How important is it for you that you spend some time listening to the voice inside you? You can call it whatever you want, but there is a voice inside of all of us trying to make us be our greatest good. And so I would like everybody, in fact, everybody, whether you're like heavy Aquarius or not, you're going to feel the shift in energy. So it's a good time to get in touch with that. And I would say that to Christina. Maybe just, take a week off, and maybe, don't go out there next Sunday and do something else that's going to make her feel a little bit more humble than, she might have if she went out and did a spectacular, perfect performance as she's so accustomed to doing. And to all of you, always keep in touch with that inner voice, because it's telling you exactly the way things are supposed to be and why you're here and where you're going.